Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome once again. I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you're viewing it, please do the same. Now, as always, before I even get into today's topic, I got one hot topic to talk about. And I'm talking about the NHL playoffs. It's on ice and gliding. Listen, for you hockey lovers, the playoffs is going to melt the ice. Listen, me being a diehard sports fan, this is like the perfect time of the year for me because you got the NHL playoffs along with the NBA playoffs going at it at the same time. Then you got the baseball season that just started. Listen, I'm just in sports heaven right now. It's like it's just too much. I got no time to watch nothing else but my sports right now. It's bananas. But listen, let's get started. Let's just get started with today's topic. I'm talking about the NBA Finals Bound 2023. NBA Finals Bound 2023. Yes, the NBA playoffs is on and popping. And we are seeing the following: highlights, drama, bad calls, missed calls, ejections, injuries, and so much more. It's a war just to make it to the NBA Finals. And I know we say this every year, but this year, the way both conferences are just so balanced, like we thought Phoenix was probably, I didn't think they was going to sweep the Clippers. I knew Clippers would get 1 or 2 games in, but the way the Clippers came out on them and finished them up, I don't know. Listen, I know the Suns got KD. They on lockdown to win it all. But we going to see. We just going to see. Remember, Paul George be back shortly. Moving on, as fans, we've been ready for this. We've been ready for the playoffs since January. I know some people have been ready since December. So let's get the war. Let's let the war continue. Because it's just nonstop. And we just want to know at the end of it, who's going to be the team that's going to get crowned. And so for y'all, enjoy it because I'm enjoying it. And so I need to know from y'all who you believe is coming out of the Eastern and Western Conference. You do not have to explain. Please insert your 2 teams in my YouTube comment section and my Twitter or my Instagram so I can read a few on my next show. For this topic, I got the Youngbloods who will be rocking out on this topic. So I want to introduce my former guests to you. I have Caleb from the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. We got a Steele from Albany, New York. I got Dukester from Houston, Texas. And we're going to wrap it up with Dale from the Boogie Down Bronx. How's everybody doing? What's up, fellas? Talk to me. How y'all doing?
What's good? What's good? I'm doing good. How are you?
Everybody good? All right, I'm good. Listen, it is on. The playoffs is on. And I'm in heaven. And I don't know about you guys. I do watch hockey. So you got the hockey playoffs getting ready to start tomorrow, right? Yankees with the baseballs just starting. Listen, this is like the best time to be living if you're a sports fan. So, well, we're going to get it on and popping. We're going to rock out with these questions. And I'm going to start it off right now. So, I got 6 questions for each and every one of y'all. And I'm starting off with my man Caleb. Neff, I'm starting off with you. Question number 1. Which team is coming out of the Eastern Conference? Please explain the matchups on how this team will make it into the NBA Finals. Talk to me, Caleb.
All right, so Eastern Conference, it's a lot of teams in the East, but really it only comes down to 3 teams. I say that's Philly, Boston, and the Milwaukee Bucks, And if I had to take it down to 2, I say Boston and Milwaukee. But Boston got a good team, and I think they kind of the favorites. But something telling me, Giannis ain't gonna play no games this year. He gonna get past them, and whoever he got to go through. And that's my team coming out the East. I think the Bucks got it this year.
All right, so Caleb got the Bucks coming out. He broke it down, and before I even get to you, still, I kind of agree with him. But then you got the Middleton, my man. Giannis is the Batman, and Middleton has always been the Robin, but he's banged up. He's not 100%. So, but they've been doing the damn thing without him. You know what I'm saying? And then
sorry to cut you off. The new Robin is Drew Holiday.
And I was just about to say that.
All right.
Just about to say that. So you are absolutely right, because they had a whole year to really rock and roll without Middleton. Okay, him getting injured last year during the regular season, they almost had Boston. They took him to Game 7, almost had him. So yeah, I think I'm rocking with you when it comes to the Bucks. Same question still. Which team is coming out of the Eastern Conference? Please explain the matchups on how this team will make it into the NBA Finals.
All right, so the East, honestly, I probably got the Bucks coming out. That's what my gut told me, the Bucks, because who's really going to guard Giannis? Like, that's the big question, right? I know Middleton banged up, and Middleton's a dog. And you got Drew Holiday, but who is guarding Giannis? That's the big question. Number 2, if it's not the Bucks, I'm going to probably go with Philly, just because you got James Harden and Joel Embiid doing anything. And even right now, though, I ain't gonna lie, it's a sleeper team because it's the first round match. You got Heat versus Bucks going on right now. I ain't gonna lie. If Jimmy Butler find a way to slay the beast of Giannis, I'm not gonna lie, the Heat might go to the finals. I'm not really too sold on the Celtics. Like the Celtics is a very good team. They are. They made it to the finals last year. They got some dogs. They play very good defense, but like there's just certain players, especially when it comes to Jimmy Butler, especially when it comes to Embiid or Giannis, it's like I don't know if they really could do that thing for real. I don't know. So my heart is telling me the Bucks, but Philly could do that thing too. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. Well, listen, sounds like I got 2 Bucks going on. I hear you. Still, I hear you. You Embiid, and who's stopping that force?
Who's stopping that? Who's stopping that?
But see, for me with Philly, Tobias, to me he's like overrated. He's not unless the young boy, the point guard. What's my man, the guard? Not Harden. What's the other one?
Maxey.
Now Lex Maxey gonna show up each game with 20 to 25. You already know what Harden going and be going.
Exactly.
Right. Then I can see you talking about. I don't know. But for right now, you got the Bucks. That's what's in the heart.
Yeah.
Same question, Dukes, to who's coming out of the East? About the matchups. Talk to me. Unmute. Yeah, who's coming out of the East?
Yeah, I got Boston coming out of the East. If it was a couple years earlier, I wouldn't say Boston. I would say the Bucks. But Boston, man, they got some of the dudes they got coming off the bench, especially in the guard area. they got, they got starters on other teams, with Brogdon and some of these other guys that they got in. And yeah, Joel Embiid, everybody's scared of Joel Embiid, and they should be. But, or Giannis as well, right? Those are unstoppable types of players. But once I look past those two players and I look at their 2-man and then a 3-man, it starts dwindling down. And I don't really trust Harden in the playoffs against great teams. And I can't trust Middleton right now, because he's banged up. And then after Middleton on the Bucks, it's, Brogdon was one of the best players over there at one point, and so I don't know, I'm going to go with Boston. I think that Brown and Tatum, they are where they need to be in, and they didn't let the league get to them. They didn't let the tabloids get to them. They've been working together. And if you saw them the other night, they look very, very, very strong. And so the last thing I'm going to say is Marcus Smart. If Marcus Smart can play decent and play with a head that he played with this past game, nobody is beating Boston in the East, in my opinion.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We got 2 Bucks and 1 Celtics. Dale, same question. Talk to me. Who you rolling with? Who you think is coming out of the East, Dale? Talk to me.
It's a lot of good teams, man. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to say either Boston or just leave it at Boston.
Okay, because I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say, you got to give me one, man. I know Boston.
It's not my fault to cut you off, but I'd rather some good guard play than a big man who gonna pull up every now and then. So I'd rather consistent guard play than that. So I got Boston. For sure.
Boston. Yeah, well, listen, Boston with the 2-headed monsters. As long as big man, what's the big man with the braids?
Run him out the gym. Yeah, they about to run him out the gym. I can see him.
Robert Williams.
Right.
Oh, yes, the Tom Lord.
Remember, he was hurt last year in the playoffs. In and out. I think if he's there rocking with Horford, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you got Broughton coming off the bench. Yeah, Boston Celtics. Listen, it's going to be a war. It's some seasons, and I'm going to move on to question 2. Is there some seasons, right, that for decades, we already know before the season begin which 2 or 3 teams is going to be in there at the end. All right? And so, yeah, it's the Bucks, it's Boston, and it's Philly. So it's a toss-up. Okay? It's a toss-up. So thank y'all for question number 1. We're going to move on to question number 2. Which team is coming out of the Western Conference? Please explain their matchups on how this team will make it into the NBA Finals. Talk to me, Caleb.
Man, this I'm biased, man.
I know.
And so I gotta take Braun the King. And I gotta say the Lakers, man. I gotta say the Lakers. You see the background behind Tommy Miami right there. You see the hat, you see the jacket. I got the Lakers, man. But it's a lot of teams in the West, honestly, man. You got the Nuggets, you got the Suns. I'm looking at the bracket. You got the Clippers, the Kings, Golden State, Grizzlies, the Lakers, man. It could go a lot of different ways. But if I had to choose one, I'm gonna say the Lakers because I'm biased. But another team to watch out for going to the finals in the West is the Phoenix Suns, man. They got Durant, Booker. That's a lot of buckets, man. So I'm gonna say the Lakers for number 1, my number 1 option, but the Suns gotta watch out for them, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I know about that bias, man. I know about that bias. I know about that bias. Same question still. Talk to me. Who's coming out of the West?
You already know I'm biased. You already know who I'm rocking with. I'm gonna always rock with my man 100 grand, Steph Curry. So I ain't gonna lie. I got the Warriors coming out. Like, yo, bro, like it's still when Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson play in the playoffs. They have never lost a playoff series together. They have never. When they all healthy and played every game, they have never lost the series. So until that happens, I'm rocking with them. Now my team in the back, because the way that the way that the bracket is constructed, like if the Warriors make it past, if the Warriors make it past Sacramento and the Lakers make it past Memphis, they're gonna play each other. So honestly, whoever won out of that matchup is going to the NBA Finals. Like it's facts. Like Braun and Steph Curry have dominated the playoffs for the last decade. I don't care about KD, who want to hop on every team. I don't care about Kawhi, who's just disappear, pop up. I don't care about the Nuggets. Like, it's not like they haven't proven to me that they finna do anything. Like, when you play against Braun or Steph Curry, you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
Listen,
I don't know what else to say.
Listen, I can't say nothing. You saying Warriors is going back into the NBA Finals. Listen, they got their man, they got their small forward back, the versatile Andrew Wiggins.
Maple Jordan.
He's back. Andrew's back. I watched him the other night, last night, and they had the game. They had it.
We had it. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. We lost one game. I'm not gonna overreact, but we got, bruh. We good over there. We good over there.
And Clay is 100% now. Remember last year he wasn't 100%. He's 100% now. Played a lot of games under his belt.
And we got Gary Payton back too.
Yeah, he got Payton back. So we got All right. So I got the Lakers. I got the Warriors. Same question, Dukester. Who's coming out of the West?
It's tough in the West, man. You got the whole league in the West, it feel like. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Phoenix. I think that if ever is Chris Paul's year to get a ring, it's gonna be this year. I think that KD still has point to prove. My man here still was just talking about him crazy, and KD know that it's a lot of fans out there of the game that talk about him crazy, when mentioning LeBron and things like that. And so I think he's gonna get with Paul Pierce, one of the best point guards all time. And y'all also keep mentioning health, right? If everybody's healthy, we get a healthy Chris Paul, we get a healthy Devin Booker, who's probably top 5 shooting guards, scorers in the past 10 years. And then you got DeAndre Ayton, who really, he's just been getting better and better, slow, and never really has been in a great situation over there with the Suns, but he's still there too, and so going up against the AD, Ayton is one of the bigger big men of the West, and so I don't know, man. I don't think that LeBron and AD is going to get it this year. I think it's going to be Phoenix. And I think the only team that can knock out Phoenix would be who they playing now is the Clippers. But I would be surprised because I don't have faith in Paul George like that. So, that's my take.
All right, so we got the Lakers, Warriors, and Suns. Paul George, if I'm not mistaken, ain't playing. Right, I know they.
But he might come back in though. He's a little banged up.
I know they're working on him. They working on him hard. They've been working on him real hard. I know that much. Same question, Dale. Talk to me, Dale. Who's coming out of the West? Who's coming out of the West?
I got a good Phoenix Suns team coming out the West. They got a top point guard in CP3. One of the top scorers, easily shooting guards, Devin Booker, averaging at least 20 right now for the season. If you ain't been watching, and then you got a good Kevin Durant, healthy DeAndre Ayton. I mean, I could see the Lakers winning too, but they said Suns in 4 last year. I see Suns in 4 this year.
Well, listen, the Clippers and the Suns series, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want my Lakers seeing no Suns no time soon if we was to move on, because I know we was not ready for them. Too much scoring power. So Caleb could tell you, listen, I'm rocking and rolling. Now I can be honest to say I'm rocking and rolling with my Lakers to go all the way because of the team we put together second half. Okay? Had we just squeaked in the play-in, with the same team we started with this season, then no, we ain't going nowhere.
Who did y'all pick up that gives you this confidence?
Come on. We got the Hachi. We got the Vanderbilt with the Russell, with the Beasley. Who else we picked up, Caleb? Come on.
Mo Bamba.
Big Mo. We ain't even played Big Mo yet.
Mo Bamba, yeah.
And then we got old man Tristan Thompson, who dying to get in there to bang up some people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got something. We got something. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna get too excited.
You said D-Lo? You said D-Lo, D'Angelo?
We got D-Lo. Come on.
And Dennis been playing like Rondo.
Dennis the Menace.
Rondo.
Come on. We got cats who hungry. We got cats who trying to bring their stock back up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't want to make this a Lakers show, so I'm going to move on. Dell, thank you for your response. So question number 3, we're going to move on to Caleb. The Dallas Mavericks front office shut down their starters when they had a chance to make it into the play-in tournament. Do you think that was the right decision? Please explain, Caleb.
Man, all I know is they got fined like $75,000. But I also know Mark Cuban got a lot of money, man. So that ain't nothing. If I'm the Mavericks, I would have done the same thing. Luka and Kyrie, 2 hell of a players, but the way the team was built, they wasn't ready to make any run this playoff, so they wouldn't have gone anywhere regardless. They would have just got to the play-in, maybe to the playoffs, but they would have still had to play probably at least 2 play-in games. So by them not making the playoffs, now they got a shot at getting a good pick in the draft coming up. They're not gonna get number 1, but they're gonna get a good pick draft coming up, which could help them with their team because they need a lot more pieces other than guards. So if you ask me, that's a decision that I think was the right decision because they wasn't gonna make no noise in the playoffs. So either way, they would have lost. Now they just got a chance to get a good roster pick and a good draft pick, not waste any time. So I think that was the right decision.
So you think that was the right decision? Okay, I got feedback on that. Thank you for that. Same question, still. Same question. Was the Dallas Mavericks front office shutting down their starters when they had a chance to make it into the play-in tournament? Do you think that was the right decision?
I mean, we really can't say right now if it's gonna be the right decision. Like we're gonna have to see how like it falls out with like the draft picks, whatever. But like you got Luka and Kyrie, you got 2 ISO dominated players, and they got nobody else on their team. It's hard to win. It's hard to play. Like even Kobe Bryant, when he was talking about James Harden, because like Luka played just like James Harden. Like he was saying, like, yo, that type of basketball style can't win you championships. Cause like when you take all the shots, when you're so dominant with the ball, bro, your other people on the team's gonna be cold by the time you get them to get the ball. And then it's like you mad because they not making the bucket. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna ball hog again. Like it's team basketball. You're not playing team basketball. So like even the sign of Kyrie didn't make any sense. And then you see what Jalen Brunson is doing in the Knicks. So it's like you just had a valid shooting guard who was bugging in the playoffs right now. You feel me? Like I don't know. Like I don't know if it was a good or right decision, but like they got to figure that stuff out. I ain't gonna lie, they got to figure it out.
Yeah, and you hit it on the nail with Jalen Brunson because I know Mark Cuban. He didn't want to give him the money last year.
He didn't want to give him no money, and then you signed Kyrie, like.
And look what Bronson doing, man. And look what he did for him last year when he was with him. And so
bugging.
Listen, and yeah, I know they got fined. That's $75,000, Caleb. That's peanut money to Mark.
It wasn't even 75,000. It was 750,000, and he matched it. He matched it.
Oh yeah.
You gotta add a zero.
I got it wrong. Okay. All right. Well, you know, he a billionaire, billionaire over and over, so it's no problem for him. Same question, Dukester. Same question. Dallas Mavericks front office shutting down the starters when they had a chance to make it into the play-in tournament. Was that the right decision?
I think it was weak. I wouldn't have done that. I think that is disrespectful to the rest of the lineup that they have, the rest of the Mavs roster, to say that, they aren't NBA players enough to maybe make it somehow, some way. I think you got Luka and you got Kyrie, two of the best point guards, shooting guards in the league. Kyrie has shown us what he can do per game in the playoffs, right? 45 if you need it, 50 if you need it. Luka not too long ago was, before they joined forces, that he was one of the bad guys in the league that nobody could stop and everybody's talking about. And I just think they didn't have good coaching. Dad, I'm not usually getting on the coaches, but they didn't have good coaching. They never once played Luka, Kyrie, Christian Wood, JaVale McGee at the same time. They got Tim Hardaway. They got big men on the bench. Dwight Powell, but he's good for off the bench. They got a nice five to start with. To halfway look like an NBA All-Star team. Yeah. Christian Wood was just balling over with Houston, and so I think they don't got the right lineup going over there. I don't think Kyrie has a problem playing a two guard and only needing to drop 45 and not having a pass. I just think that they didn't play the right lineup some. And so with that in mind, I would have went for the playoffs and hopefully figured it out with two of the best, on-ball players, off-ball players, because Kyrie can play two ball. Yeah. He can play two guard.
True that.
And JaVale McGee has turned up the later part of his career. He's not Shaq and the Fool no more.
Yeah, and you right on point, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a decent bench, you know what I'm saying? You never played McGee, you know what I'm saying? You could have went big. Jason Kidd could have did a lot with that with the team he had. But that wasn't his call. It was Mark's call, you know what I'm saying, to shut it down.
So yeah, off the bench they got real quick. Off the bench they got Josh Green, Reggie Bullock, who's decent. Yeah. They got Markieff Morris, one of the Morris brothers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to play a deep lineup in the playoffs. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can stick to 7, 8 people and you be all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that, Dukester. Same question, Dale. You with me, Dale?
Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm still here.
I can't see you, Dale. You hiding. All right, same question. You got the Dallas Mavericks front office shutting down their starters when they had a chance to make it into the play-in tournament. Do you think that was the right decision?
I do. I say yeah. Because looking at it from Mark Cuban's standpoint or whoever's standpoint, Jason Kidd, if I got Kyrie Irving and Luka on the same team, I want to keep them healthy, you know what I'm saying? For the good run for the next season. Like, they just pulled up together, after All-Star break.
Right.
Kyrie was playing part-time basketball with the Nets before that.
True.
So they never really got the chemistry to get going. So they could have the same break that I could see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown got. The same run that they got going down to Boston if they give us some time. Plus, they got a good Christian Wood from Houston. Y'all was just talking about how good the lineup is. So I think it was a good shutdown. I mean, like I said, that's chum change to Mark. That's like 2 dinners.
Yeah. Well, listen. I got one shut. I got 2 shutdowns. I got 3 shutdowns and 1 question. And I just got to say this pertaining to this question. You hurt the game when you do that. And it's sports, right? And it is entertainment for us. It's entertainment for us, the fans, right? But it's a job, it's a business for them, right? So I understand on the business aspect why Mark would have wanted to do that. But listen, Dukester, you said it best. You had a team. You had players that you wasn't even using. But if you used them, you know what I'm saying, you could have made some noise. Come on, you could have did something. You could have made some noise, okay? But all this is going to change when this collective bargaining agreement, soon as this season is over, all this pampering, you know what I'm saying, that these players and coaches are doing, you know what I'm saying? And this guy can't play because he played a game the night before. The can't play back to back. All that's getting shut down. I can't wait. They shutting all that. These guys are pretty, you know, and Dale, I know what you're talking about, far as you know, for the next season. But listen, you know, it's now. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what the next season is going to entail. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the next season is going to entail. So I want to move on to question number 4. Thank y'all for question number 3. Question number 5. Excuse me. Question number 5. I'm saying that right? No, question number 4. Question number 4. I'm moving too fast. Question number 4, Caleb. The whistle is blown differently in the playoffs. Should it be the same throughout the entire season? Please explain, Caleb.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's the regular season and the playoffs. It's two different things for a reason. That's why it got two different names. It's two different parts of the season. One is the regular season, one is the playoffs. Everything gets intensified in the playoffs. That's how it should be. That's the closest we're going to get it back to how basketball was back in the days where you could be physical and play to win. That's the closest we're going to see it back to the 80s, 90s, 2000s. So absolutely, the whistle should definitely be blown differently throughout the playoffs and this regular season. However, if you want the regular season to be called like the playoffs and be more physical, I could understand that. But I'm not going for being soft throughout the whole season. If you want to be more physical throughout the whole season in the playoff, then that's better. But if I got to choose one, the playoffs got to be more physical. That's the best way to put it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for that. Same question. Still, same question. Should it be the whistle? You know, we in playoff mode right now, right? And I'm looking at certain players who getting hit, and they know just a week ago or 2 weeks ago that was a foul, but the ref ain't calling it. So should it be throughout, or you sticking and staying with what Caleb said?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna stick and say what Caleb said. Just what the matter is, regular season don't matter. Like regular season is really for, in my opinion, is really for the fans. Like regular season, it's nice, it's cute. You can go see your favorite player. Your player can go do this or that. You know what I'm saying? But playoffs is for the players because a lot of people in NBA, sure, they do it for the money, but everybody deep down want a chance to be on a championship caliber team. They want a ring. I don't care how bad they say they do it for X and Y, Z. Every player who play in the NBA want a ring. They want to taste that victory. Like that is part of the reason why you play sports. So because it matters more, you should allow teams to play defense. You shouldn't be giving these little tic tac fouls and tic tac calls where like the refs shouldn't be involved into the game where like you got fans arguing whether it's the refs versus the players because it shouldn't be like that. The refs should lay back and be like, yo, y'all figure it out, play basketball. Like it should be as hard as y'all possibly can. I don't like it that the playoffs start and some games the refs want to let teams play hard and then game two come around and the whistle was super quick. Like you got to be consistent. Like it's the playoffs. Every game matters. Every play matters. Every shot matters. Like we currently seeing that right now. Unless it's the Hawks. The Hawks is trash. I ain't gonna lie. The Hawks is trash. The Hawks got blown out. Hawks got blown out. But like, bro, playoffs matter too much to the point where like teams gotta play. You gotta let them play basketball. You gotta let them play.
Well, thank you for that opinion. Still, you hit it on the nose. I got something to say right behind that. Same question, Dukester. Should the whistle be the same throughout? Yes or no? It's basically what the question is asking.
Yeah, I feel like it should. I feel like it should be the same all the way out. You know, whether it's playoffs or regular season. I don't really look at. Of course, I look at the playoffs as supposedly more intense, right? You know, they bring out Shaq and they bring out Barkley and they bring out the commentators, and it's energy, right? And I get that, but Kobe dropped 81 in a regular season game. He was going hard. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about a regular season game or a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Same for Jordan, same for the greats. It's only these new guys that's taking off, and treating the regular season like it's vacation or something, and so I don't really think like that. I think more so, I understand what you guys are saying, but I want it to be a standard of what's a foul and what's not a foul, because once you start playing how you going to do it over here and how you going to do it over here, then you're opening up the floodgates for game 1 and game 2 of the playoffs to be officiated differently, even more than it already is now. That's just my opinion, because then you're bringing in, well, what's too hard of a foul and what's not too hard of a foul, and this and that. And so I think, I'm one of those people that like to stick to the origins of certain things, because sometimes we look to change things to make it better, but we end up making things worse.
Yeah. Thank you for that point. Yeah. Thank you for that point. Same question, Dale. Same question. Do you think the whistle blowing differently in the playoffs should be the same throughout?
Yeah, I definitely do. I agree.
Okay.
Because the different calls on the different ends, like you guys are talking about, like thinking as a player, like he said, Kobe, he dropped 81 in a regular season game. I'm sure he was thinking I should be getting the same calls that I was getting, that the opponents was getting on the other end. And on top of that, I say that the whistle should be blown to keep the flow of the game going, especially because it's the playoffs. And the pressure definitely going to cause the pressure's going to bring more cost to the whistle.
Yeah, that's true. And so my take on that, Dale, and still is I want to see the whistle from the regular season, the first regular season game when the NBA opens that first day until June of the game 6 or 7 in the NBA finals, whatever. I want the whistle to be the same. Right? I want the whistle to be the same, because I'm looking at each year, every time the playoffs begin, you got players looking at the refs, and the coaches are looking at the refs like, yo, listen, just 2 weeks ago when I was playing my last week in the regular season, that was a call. You ain't calling it? So now everybody arguing with the referees, you know what I'm saying? Yo, because they're not used to it. You changed up on them. You know what I'm saying? And then you're confusing the freshmen, the college students who coming out of college, right? Right. The rookies, I want to say, you confusing them because they used to certain calls in college level. When they get in the NBA, right? And then it's regular season, and then you changing up on them again in the playoffs. And they rookie year, they lost. They don't know how to guard a player. They don't know what's a foul. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent. That's all I'm saying. But I understand, Caleb, what you saying. It's a business thing that they been did some years ago. You know what I'm saying? When because they wanted that scoring to be a little higher. They were tired of the final score. The games were, and the business aspect was just getting a little bit too defensive minded, too boring. Final score 80, 70 something, right? So they saying fans is not liking that. So, yo, we gonna lighten up, give them the Matador defense in the regular season. Final score 130, 125, right? Everybody love that. But then you confusing them come the playoff time.
And also I just want to say one thing, everybody's always on the tip these days about the league being so soft, right? But it's like, you know, you got dudes like Giannis, you know, you got dudes like LeBron, AD, you know, you got the strong dudes of the league. You know, they bozing through everybody. They hitting you with elbows. You know, it's I don't know if we can have the league be where it was when Jordan was going to the lane with these big bodies that we got now, and the athleticism and the speed, right? Like, if you don't give these players a certain understanding that they gotta contain themselves and their bodies and their strengths and that power, it could get really ugly. You think the league is having injury issues now? It could be even crazier if the ref wasn't on them, how they need to be on them. So that's something to think about too.
Yeah, and you absolutely right, because these cats are getting injured left and right. And Caleb, you know, we hit each other every other night when there's a Laker game, and we still screaming on AD with the low top sneakers, as bad as his goddamn ankles are. He ain't wearing high top. You know, you had Kobe Bryant, God bless his soul, my man, I love him so much. But he's the one who started that low top and made it fashionable in NBA. And everybody else, LeBron on down, just jumped on it. So you got all these cats doing human highlights, crossovers, pick and rolls. They all in traffic, and they all got low tops, and the ankles are just going left and right. 2 pairs of 2 socks. Maybe they got a little tape around the ankle. You need to, where happened? What happened to the high top sneakers? I don't understand it. Where they stop making them? I don't know. Don't get me started, man, because that's one of my pet peeves. I want to move on to question number 5. Caleb, this question is not related to this topic. What would you like to see change to make the game better for you?
This to me is the toughest question of today, because after looking at all the questions from today, I still don't think I did enough homework on this question, because I honestly I don't have a legitimate answer to this, because I really don't know. There's things that you can change, but it's like, how? Like, to me, what I think has ruined the game, you know, I love Stephen Curry. He's the best shooter of all time. But
still, the guy's still bugging.
he ruined the game. I love him still. I love him, but to your point, still, everybody not him, and everybody trying to be him.
Everybody trying to be him, though.
Everybody trying to be him. So it's only one Steph Curry, but everybody wants to shoot 100 threes. So, you know, there's no really, I don't know a way to fix that. But to me, that's my only issue, because basketball is not the same when everybody's shooting from half court because they think Stephen Curry or Dame. But that's my only problem with the game. Maybe you could talk about the fouls. That's kind of similar to what we were just talking about the last question. But really, all I could think about, the first thing that comes to my mind is all these damn threes. The NBA better not add no 4-point line, man. Please don't. Please do it, man.
They're talking about it.
It's gonna make it worse. You know, it might bring some more attention, but please, for the sake of basketball and the sport, please, man, it's gonna ruin it, man. The Stephen Curry already did enough. He's a god. It's only one of him, man. Only one.
Yeah, he had a few of them 4-pointers last night. I said, damn, my man, the half court, my man is just, I mean, it'd be all net. Hey, still, I see you, man. Same question. I know Warriors is your team. Same question. What would you like to see change to make the game better for you?
Probably, there's only one thing, like, I thought about it a lot. I would like to be able to start finding refs, because a lot of times during the regular season, like, these refs be so like insecure or emotional. They be throwing out texts like there's no tomorrow. And like once you get like 16 texts is like automatic suspension, or like you get a fine.
Right.
And then also is like these refs a lot of times be like so inconsistent, and then they'll be like 2 days later on Twitter, like, oh, the replay center said that this shouldn't have been a foul, but it wasn't, like it caused the team to lose a game. Like,
yeah.
So these refs need to be able to get fined and fined heavy so that they can take their craft more serious. Because it's like you giving out text is taking money out somebody's pocket. You freaking calling all these nitpicky fouls that you wasn't calling the day before is making these teams lose games, and they might end up in the season, or even worse, if it happens in the playoffs, it's really real life playoff implications. So like these refs need to get fined. Like I'm talking about they need to get fined bad, and maybe the game will get better because I ain't gonna lie. Like recently, like between this year and last year, and even the year before, like a lot of these games I have been getting decided by refs. It's like you log on to social media and like even though people be joking about like oh like the refs versus the Bucks, the rest versus Lakers. It really do be like that sometimes though. Like it do because like you out of nowhere you calling like 7, 8 fouls against one team, and then on the opposite end you letting the opposite team do whatever to them. Like bro, like that's not making any sense. So it's like I want to I want to see the league start fining these refs the same way they fine these NBA players for the littlest things of all time. That's it. I feel like that would change the game.
Wow, still, you said a mouthful. I never thought about that. I
Sorry to cut you off, man, but still, I with the text part, I 100% agree. I think if I had to say my answer, I think that would be mine. Though you got me thinking now. That's
You feel me?
the technical fouls. I think that's one change that needs to be made. My fault. I just had to say that.
okay, all right. Well, thank you both. Same question, Dukester. What would make the game better for you?
Yeah, I would say that and I'm not sure if this is something that could ever happen, but you know, I'm good with just two NBA stars or superstars on a team. Anything after that, we can't let it happen. I knew in my heart that even just Kobe getting with Chris Paul back in the day, that it never happened, but I knew in my heart that that was too much for the league. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was too much. Okay. You're talking about just like guaranteeing seeing the finals and guaranteeing things and rings. It's too much for KD, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul to be on the same team. Okay. It's too much, in my opinion, for LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and D'Angelo Russell. Even though we try to throw D'Angelo Russell, in there on the low, he's really nice. I think that that's too much, and it doesn't create a level playing field throughout the league because it's not enough LeBrons and ADs and Damian Lillards. And so, yeah, if I could see something change, it would be less stacking of grand players on individual teams, because then you get left with teams like Damian Lillard's Portland Trailblazers, my team, where they really got a good squad. And if things was a little bit more level, things might be different. And so, yeah, I'm tired of seeing dudes grabbing rings, man, who might not have grabbed rings if they had to hold down their own shit, without another Hall of Famer at the right or left to them, and so, yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, people chasing chips. Barkley started that back in the days when he went over to Houston to hook up with Olajuwon and Drexler, but they didn't work out. He hooked up with them at the wrong time. They were already done. Same question, Dale. Same question, Dale. What would you like to see better for you in the NBA? Talk to me, Dale. Dale, you with me?
Like we spoke about before. Yeah, I'm still here. But like we said about before, the officiating.
Can't see you, Dale. Can't see you. Can't see you. Can't see you. Yeah, I know you focusing on the game. I need you to focus here, please.
Yeah, I'm looking at the officiating. I don't like how certain players get certain calls and other players do.
Right.
So I feel like they got to fix that up. It's like, I don't know if it's personal or what, but I used to play the game of basketball and I love basketball. You see me watching it. So I'm keeping my eye on that. I keep that in mind all the time. But it's a lot I would change about the game, but I can't do all that. It's going, I can't do all that.
So officiating is your issue.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Well, my issue is the back-to-back. I mean, the sitting down after a back-to-back. Okay. For me, I'm old school. It's 82 games in the season. If a player is healthy, you know what I'm saying, he should be playing. I don't care who you are, you should be playing. Because when you start allowing players to take off because they had a game the night before, or they a little exhausted, they kind of tired, you give them 2 nights off, make up some story, ankle soreness, which is bull, you know what I'm saying? And you just saw him 2 nights ago, and he looked great. There was nothing wrong. The game is over. He walked off the court looking healthy as hell, but he ain't playing in the next two games because he's a little fatigued. But you can't say that because you don't want to get fined. So you come up with the ankle soreness, right? That's bull. You know what I'm saying? You hurting the game, number one. Number two, you hurting your team because you never get a gel going on with cohesive, and it's going to show in the playoffs, and it's going to show, and that's the reason why Paul George and Kawhi Leonard keep getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because they babying them. They ain't letting their bodies get the brunt of each game. Their bodies are not used to it. You know what I'm saying? So now, here comes the playoffs. You ain't got Paul George. And even if Paul comes back, he ain't going to be Paul George. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be Paul George because you didn't baby these cats all season long. So my thing is, listen, it's 82 games. Everybody should be playing if you healthy. You know what I'm saying? Back-to-back or no back-to-back. That's my pet peeve. You know what I'm saying? So I want to move on to the last question. Caleb, who will be the 2022-2023 NBA champions? Please explain the matchup. Who's going to win it all?
2022-23 NBA champs. Like I said earlier, I'm biased. I'm going with the Los Angeles Lakers, man. The King and AD. As long as they stay healthy, they could pull it off. Next round, they play in Memphis right now. I just got an alert on my phone. Ja don't know if he's coming back for game 2. So I think either way, I think we get past Memphis. After that, we would have to play either Golden State or Sacramento. That's going to be a tough matchup either way. I think we could get past them. Then next up, we're going to have to see Nuggets, Suns, Clippers. You know, that's going to be tough too. But we're going to take it one series at a time. I think the Lakers could pull it off, get the chip. I said earlier, the 2 teams I had coming out the West was the Bucks and the Lakers. If not the Lakers, then the Suns. So I think the Suns is good, but I don't see them. I don't know if they could go all the way. I feel like they need a little bit more, but then again, I don't know. It's tough. And, you know, I just got an alert on my phone. Also, Giannis is out for the rest of game 1. The Bucks down 13 right now. So I don't know, man.
What's going on with Giannis? Oh my God, cats getting dropped. They drop it.
He got hurt. He out for game 1, and it's only halftime. But I got the Lakers, man. I got the Lakers.
So we got the Lakers. Still, who's winning it all? Basically, is what question number 6 is saying. Who's winning it all and why?
Do I gotta really say like everybody know? Everybody know I'm about to say back to back. You feel me? I'm just saying, like I said before, when Clay, Draymond, and Steph Curry start every game of a playoff series, they have not lost. They haven't lost. Like they haven't. Like it's a fact. It's a hard cold fact. So until I see otherwise, I'm going to rock with my boy Steph Curry. Like, it's that. Like, I don't need to say nothing more.
Hey, my fault still. I just got a memory. 2016 with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. I just want to say LeBron got him out of there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But no. You can't say that because, bro, Draymond got suspended and Steph Curry got ejected. Like,
that's one game.
When they start every game, they don't lose. That's all I'm gonna say. When they start every game, they don't lose. What you gonna say?
He did say that, Caleb. When they start every game, they healthy. They don't lose. He said that. He did say that. He said that before. He did say that.
You really?
All right. Well, good. Thank you for that. Still, same question, Duke. Still, who's winning it all and why? Who's winning it?
Yeah, I got people don't have faith in them for whatever reason or see them as a super team. But I got the Phoenix winning it all.
You got the Suns.
Yeah. And I would say, you know, I would say the Lakers, you know, but I see the Warriors knocking out the Lakers if it came to that, because y'all don't have the shooters that y'all used to have. And so I'm gonna go with Phoenix. Phoenix. KD is just crazy, man, and he's crazy. There's no other scorer like him. You do this 7-12, you know, shooting threes on LeBron and get rings, and so I'm not really worried about no other team. It's Phoenix with a healthy lead. Phoenix.
So I got the Lakers, I got the Warriors, I got the Suns. Dale, who you got coming out? Who's winning it all, Dale?
I got my guy KD and his boys in Phoenix.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Suns. Okay, so we got the Suns 2 times, Lakers 1 time, Warriors, and I'm going to break it up. You know I'm going with the Lakers because we got a new team this second half, so I'm going with my Lakers. As long as AD and the Kings stay healthy, I'm just worried about those two, especially when KD goes down. He falls on the ground. I'm holding my heart. My God, is he all right? Is the arm all right? Is the leg all right? As long as AD and LeBron is healthy, I think my Lakers, we win it all. We gonna win it all. So I want to thank my guests, Caleb, Prince, Steele, the Dukester, and Dale. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me virtually in my basement. I want to thank everyone who has checked me out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Please continue to do that. To my viewers and listeners, please continue to check me out. Also, please remember to check out the Dewey Does Foundation that is fighting childhood obesity, which helps youth sports, fitness, and health at DeweyDoes.com. Plus, check out the Even Flow Coffee Company, created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. For more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in a pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.